Hello and welcome back to episode 3 of the second season of my Aston Villa career on Football Manager. Now, where we left you off last time, we just had back-to-back defeats in the Premier League, quite convincingly to Brighton and then narrowly to Southampton. So I did say that when we come back, we would play the cup game straight away, like I kind of skipped towards the end of August. Now, in typical me fashion, I did win and do even further business compared to what I'd already done. Deadline day. So I'd had my eye on this Fabrizio Diaz for quite a while. Picked him up, sent him straight back out on loan to Uruguayan, I believe they are, Liverpool FC, not to be mixed up with the English equivalent. Hopefully he develops well, comes back and can offer something next season. So he's gone straight back, but I picked him up for a very cheap 1.4 mil. I also on deadline day, I wasn't too convinced with the cam role and the left back role. No one had really leapt forward and made a case for it, so I strengthened by bringing in Luca Pellegrini, again on very cheap wages with an option to buy. What's he on? So he's on 30 grand, which isn't a lot anyway, but I'm only paying 21, and I've got a 10 mil recall if I choose to take it. And then I picked up Matthias Gunner, who just to cover the cam and can cover the striker role. Again, I'm paying him less than 20 grand a week to be a squad player. I have got an option, but that's quite a steep option. But he's on 66 at Atletico, so it kind of made sense to me, and that allowed me to then send Keenan Davis back out on loan this season because he would have just been sat and getting no minutes anyway, so he may as well earn himself a move away because I plan to sell him next summer anyway. So he's come back to the Championship. Diaz, as I mentioned, went out. I loaned out Kerr Smith to Sheffield Wednesday to get minutes. Rodrigo Amaral has gone back out to a Uruguayan team again because he didn't have a work permit anyway, so he may as well get some minutes. And Aaron O'Reilly's gone to Halifax for the same kind of reason, to get some minutes. I can only say minutes so many times, but basically, yeah, a lot of the dealings have just been to bring in a little bit more cover and get some game time for my younger players. But that's basically what I've done, and as you can see, they're both jumping straight in to start on the left hand side. In my mixed team, I've got in the cup game against Middlesbrough, Ramsey gets a start in the attacking mid row. Edwards gets his first start. Cunha gets his first start. I'm giving Sanson yet another chance in the centre of midfield. Braganga comes back in. I'm never going to be able to say his name right. Morton Forsby gets his second start of the season, again in the centre back role. Chambers just comes in, and then Martinez comes in. And then on the bench, I've got quite a lot of options should I need them. But we'll just give squad players these two, so happy with that. Let's go to match. Yeah, I wasn't going to do it, but I just thought I'll just bring them in because I've nothing to lose. I can't really lose on the loans, they're not expensive. I have buy options should they outperform. Pellegrini, if he plays well, it's a buy option I'm willing to pay. As for Cunha, I think 33 is a bit steep, even if he does really well. I'd be looking something more along the lines of 15 to 20 mil. But we'll see. This is all hypothetical anyway. They may both be terrible, but I just felt that no one had in those two positions, no one had really played well so far this season. So I'd give brought in the cover, giving me another option there. Pellegrini, Sanson, Pellegrini, Cunha, cross for Ings. That's a good start from both our new loan signings, combining to set Danny Ings up. Again, this is against the Championship side, so again, utmost respect, but still, we should be winning. Cunha scores on his debut. That's a good start from him as well. It's an assist and a goal already. But yeah, this is more like it. It's kind of I want to be doing things like this in the cup. I am glad that I have the squad to be able to rest and still put in strong performances. Ramsey pops up with another goal. So yeah, so far so good for 3 goals inside 10 minutes have put me into a dream start. Sanson, Chambers even has a shot. I'd like Edwards to have a good game, to be honest. He's not really had the minutes and the chance to shine yet. I think he's due a good game. Ings, Ramsey, no. Oh, they're in. Saved by Martinez. That's another thing as well. Onana's had a very poor start to the season. I have got Emmy still. I'm lucky to now have 2 really strong keepers. I mean, Kieran Clark, the former Villa player, has pulled one back for Middlesbrough. But I am lucky that I have the capability to have 2 keepers at such a high level at the minute that will compete with each other. But yeah, the message for me at the minute is just keep it up. Edwards is yet to seize his chance. Ramsey fires over there. Keep it going. Forsby's playing reasonably well again. I think we'll make a change. Give Buendia some minutes. He's another one that's kind of not really had a full. Edwards scores, so I'm happy with that. Happy for him to get a goal and then just make way for Buendia just to share the minutes around. Same kind of situation. I'm gonna give Douglas Luiz some minutes. Cunha's having a belting game though for a debut. I think already he's played his way into the 11 for the next league game. Like on a 9.6 against Championship opposition. He got 3 assists. Ramsey's in again. Ramsey scores. Lovely stuff. 4 goals already for Ramsey this season. I think 3 of them have come in the cup, if not 4 of them. But yeah. Just again, the point of getting people some minutes. We'll just bring Forsby off. It's on a yellow. I don't want anything to happen to him. Although I do think that yellow means he'll miss the next round. Because I think he was already on a card. Jacob Ramsey pops up with a hat-trick. So yeah, Jacob Ramsey and Cunha are both starting the next game for me. They both earned the spot though. It's interesting that I'd said nobody had really impressed. And then somebody pops up and scores an hat-trick in the role. Assisted by the guy that was potentially his replacement. But football kind of throws out these kind of narratives quite often. But yeah. Absolutely no complaints though. Clean sheet would have been nice, but there's no way I'm complaining. 2 really good performances. Nobody put a foot wrong. And we're into the 3rd round. Or was it the 4th round? No, we're into the 4th round, yeah. Forsby's obviously banned for the next game, which is a shame. Because he's picked yellows up in both matches. But no one else to blame but himself. He is being asked to play an unfamiliar role to him, so. But yeah, so on to the Norwich game, which is another that I'm looking at to get a win in. I think Southampton were bottom when they beat us as well. Let's see who we get in the 4th round. I'm already happier with this cup run than I was last season. Last season was diabolical. Still Burnley, but it's pretty much now just an EPL. So Burnley have got Liverpool. Up mine Forest. Oh, they get Newcastle. I'd love Plymouth. Arsenal get Brentford. Aston Villa at home to Sheffield United. That's not a bad tie. It's another winnable game. Leeds get Wolves. Man City get Everton. Leicester get Chelsea, and Plymouth have got Stoke. Stoke at home. Stoke versus Plymouth. So again, we've got Sheffield United, which is another winnable game. It's a Championship side, but we're at Villa Park. And we'll play that later this episode, I think. But yeah, let's straight into the Norwich game. Let's see what the strongest team is, and we'll make some tweaks. Because Ramsey and Cunha will both start this game. But yeah, that was kind of my thinking behind the signings on deadline day. Just made a couple of loan deals. And picked up a young prospect that I'd had an eye on for a season or so. Wheeler dealing, as they'd say, because obviously I'd spent the bulk of my money already. I mean, I got a little bit back from the sale of Trezeguet, Obviously, his replacement's out on loan as well, so I'm already starting to shape next season's squad because I think Nakamba is possibly Sanson and Nakamba are two that are on the edges of the squads that are starting to get the age that I would look to move people on. So I'm already thinking ahead of next season. Ramsey's starting. Watkins, sorry, got injured. I should have mentioned that. Yeah, that was another thing. Watkins picked up an injury, which was another reason why I just looked to strengthen. But we'll dive straight in with them two. Konza and Mings is my best pairing. Pellegrini is apparently my best fullback, so we'll keep with that. We'll go with that. Tapia, can't really put foot wrong. I am gonna bring in this chap though as a Roman playmaker. I do want to give Forsby a go, to be honest. But Tapia's not done a lot wrong. But we'll keep with this for now. And we've certainly got Forsby on the bench as an option. Nakamba Edwards is still coming back from fitness. Chambers doesn't need to be on the bench. Target doesn't need to be on the bench. McGinn's then missing out. It's quite hard to balance all this because these lads are just not getting minutes now because there's people higher in the pecking order than them. But that's just the way football goes sometimes. Yeah, we'll go with this team. So I've made some changes from the cup game, but I've retained some of the team because they performed well. Onana's starting, he needs to kick on now. He's been given chances. I'm not going to drop him immediately after a poor run of form, but Martinez is waiting in the wings. But yeah, the increase in squad depth has certainly given me a lot more selection headaches this season so far because I have a lot more players I can call upon should I need them in differing roles because it seems quite a few of my midfielders can also play centre back, or quite a few of my centre mids can also play centre attacking mid kind of thing. Ramsey scores again. He's in absolute flying form. I mean, last season he would have been on the fringes of the squad, so I decided to loan him to Austria at the end. He had a very decent, if not didn't play that often. Came back and he's absolutely like a different man. He's flying. That's his 5th goal in a month. Granted, the hat-trick against Championship sides boosted that, but overall I think he's only had one bad game when I've actually given him the opportunity. So he's certainly relishing coming back to Villa, and he looks like he's going to be quite the talent for us this season in that attacking mid role. And he also can play centre mid, so it gives us again options. Cash fire's over, but we're certainly having the more shots in this game, and that's what we need. Just would like to score a couple more, put the game to bed nice and early, get some fresher legs on then. Cunha again. But Norwich certainly are a threat, particularly on this game. They stayed up last season, so that's quite impressive. Tapia with a long field ball, that was very risky. Norwich are in now, they've almost chipped on Arnold, but it's going up for a goal kick. But yeah, we've had a good start with Ramsey. Come on, Bailey. Konza somehow ends up in the net. I think Gunn's flat though. But 2-0. Got a little bit of a breathing room now. Bailey's having a good game. I think he's got 2 assists. He does indeed. Konza and Mings as a dependable partnership. Despite all the new signings, they can't get a sniff because Konza and Mings is not allowing them to. But that's good. This is what strength in depth creates. It creates these kind of, like last season for example, I had Danny Ings and he was in atrocious form, but I had absolutely no alternative for the first half of the season, so we just kept playing. Whereas now I know if one of them starts to drop off, I've got willing and able replacements on the bench to come in. It's like Vitinha's not started the season that well. It might mean Ings gets a prolonged run starting. But I am trying to keep faith with Vitinha because he was a very good buy for us last season. But this is the thing. Like I can't say that about Ings and then not do the same with it in. You know, I have the option to. Norwich are in, put over the bar. Bournemouth are 6-1 up. The ticker seems to be broken though, because Philip Billings' Bournemouth's 6th goal by Philip Billing came up 4 times. No changes needed at this point, I don't think. I can't really take. Well, I'm going to do it. I'm going to give Forsby some game time in the league because he's not really had a chance at all so far. Been playing in unfamiliar positions. Pellegrini's picked up a knock though, and I took Target off the bench, haven't I? So we will just rectify that because there's no point in having somebody injured for no reason. So we'll put Mings out at the left and we'll bring the cow on. But yeah, this game looks like it's over. Cunha's not had the greatest second game, but again, it's his second game, I can't be too critical. Yeah, good win. Good performance by most. Forsby even came on and had a solid little cameo. Yeah, much better. Much better. So back to winning ways. Pellegrini's got bruised ankle, so there's no real issue there. Maybe I'll just bring Target back in for the United game. We'll see what the fitness levels are looking like ahead of the game. But so far so good, apart from the 2 losses we had in the league. I mean, Ole's already is... So he's played 5 games, 2 assists, player of the match, 7.8, 1.8, so he should come back the better player. I mean, I did have the option to recall him towards the end of the window, but I decided against it, and I'm glad I did. Because I do want him to kind of compete a full season in the Championship. He's just on my scout reports on potential signings. He was another one that I went in for on January. In January. Deadline day, he just wanted nothing to do with me. As you can see there, he's no interest in joining the club at all. So, no deal could be reached there. So, I was interested in Malcolm in the summer, but that's just ridiculous. That's because he's been paid 110 in Zenit, and I'm sure that's dropped from what he was on. Because he moved to Barca for a season. Yeah. Did well to recoup that move. Shame they couldn't do that with other people they've massively overspent on recently, isn't it? But yeah, into the United game. We were again last season, they battered us at Old Trafford. I think actually no, they battered us at Villa Park and we got a point at Old Trafford. So it'd be nice to try and get a win against them this season. Van der Vaart again was another option for a keeper. It's fine. Watkins is still out, that's fine. Farias has gone on the loan list, someone that I tried to buy last season before United beat me to him. But I'm not going to be. I've no need to loan him in. I agree. He's probably going to kick off, but hang on. What's your issue? Yeah. I'm sorry, Danny. You're 30. I think it was a fair thing to say that you're no longer an important player or a regular starter. I think you're a squad player now. Because you only would have kicked off when he's not playing the minutes that he thinks he deserves. Eric Appiah. It's okay. Let's just see how the under 18s are doing. Chad Rowley. Average performance very well. That's Wenger as well. Rob Clark. See how they get on. Nearly at the United game. You want a new contract? No way. Absolutely no way is that justifiable. Interesting option there as a Brazilian. But again, my recruitment is largely based around the spreadsheet that I use. So if a player doesn't come up on it, I don't always go for them. But this doesn't mean they wouldn't be a good sign. There's loads of players I could sign and sell on for a profit. So we'll play United, then Sheffield United. We'll play to the end of September in this episode, but hopefully it's a little shorter than the last one because there's less games and we're long past the transfer window now. So let's see. They want me to bring Edwards in for Bailey, which I don't really understand. No, we're going to stick with the same team and the same bench. I am just going to bring... No, in fact, there's no even need to. I'm just going to leave it as it is because Mings can play though. So if Pellegrini is injured at any point, then we'll put Mings back at left back again like we did last time. We'll just see how this lot do. Again, Forsby's someone that I want to be trying getting more minutes, but Tappier's keeping him on the team at the minute. And Edwards again's not really had a crack at it because other players are playing better when given the opportunity. It's just as simple as that. Ings again, not getting many minutes, but Vitinha's not playing great form. Man United are battering so far. 7 shots, only 1 on target though. That's interesting. I've had more shots on target than them. Not a game of highlights this then, evidently. Got to half time without seeing a single highlight. Gunya, Vitinha are both candidates to be subbed here. We'll see how this highlight goes. Konza. I think they spent a lot of money on that and Dicker as well, United. Oh, I'd curled that in. Onana, Konza. Ramsey, play a nice ball across, please. Nice foul though. That might be a red. That is a red indeed. He's absolutely mullered him though. Edwards from the left, Ings centrally. Free kick right on the edge. Hit the bar. That's unlucky. Come on, with a real chance. That's a lovely run. Oh, I can get the ball across. Ramsey's looking a little tired now. Right, come on, we've rolled the dice. Can somebody get a goal for us? Pellegrini, Edwards across. Oh! I mean, realistically, you'd take a point against United, but with the 10 men, I just felt there was opportunity for all 3 here. But it just doesn't look like we're going to put the ball in the net, unfortunately. No, I mean, we'll take it. It's our first draw of the season. It's against what would arguably be seen as better opposition. It's not the end of the world, that. Again, both stay where we are, both on 10 points. It's quite tight. Liverpool have played a game more than City, but find themselves full clear so far. It's close so far, this table, though. There's a lot of teams that are in and around each other. I'm not really too fussed about that. Again, we'll be making changes for the Sheffield United game. We'll get to that now. 2 point. Oh, I should have won. Should have beat United. I think is that the only. No, then we've got Bournemouth on the Saturday. Games coming thick and fast this month because of the Carabao. So we'll get that in and then we'll get Bournemouth game in. Davis already scored QPR, that's good for him. Like I said, hopefully they'll want to buy him and they can pay about 8 mil or something in summer for him. Kamara would be a good signing. He's someone I've got an eye on for 1st team minutes as well. Played some last year. Right. Watkins still ain't fit. I'm not going to play Pellegrini though. Target can come back in now. Make some changes. Yeah, you just have a rest. You've played like all the games since you got here. Chambers back in. Forsby's suspended, but we're going to play Tapia and Markow. So that means that Douglas Luiz gets, in fact, Marvelous Nakamba gets minutes. John McGinn gets minutes. Edwards gets a start again. He gets a start. Sanson plays. And Ings plays. So Louise can come in. Konza can come in. And we'll go with that as options. Bailey can. We'll go with that. So pretty much wholesale changes again. I've realised I don't think I've changed the keeper. I haven't. So Andre Onana's randomly got a game in the cup. Poor Emmy. But we've pretty much wholesale changed beyond that. And it's still quite a strong squad. But yeah, let's hope the cup dream doesn't end here. Brewster scores the free kick. Not a great start. Plenty of time to turn it round. Chambers, Tapia. Again. Ings. No, it's a poor ball from Ings. Trot is the goalkeeper out on trial. Oh my word, that should have been 2-0 really. Should have been, could have been. Not the greatest first half of football. Sanson again, underperforming it. Edwards not having a fine game again. I'm going to try my best to give Edwards the entire 90 here though. Scores. Second goal for the club. First one was a free kick as well. He looks like he'd be a reasonable player for us at 12-0 this season. But at least we're back in the game. Sanson again. No, I'm gonna stick with what I said. I'm gonna give him the full 90, but again he's having a very poor game. Oh, he scored from the free kick all the way in. My word, what happened then? Won the game for us in Jacob Ramsey's absence. Yeah, hopefully anyway. There's still time for Sheffield United to come back, and it very much is a possibility. Freeman's in. Pie is wide. Oh, gonna leave the changes of that Edwards again. Unfortunately, he's not getting the business done. That's gonna be a red. That's fine. We're gonna go droppings, play with no striker. Still got plenty of attacking players up though, so. And we've held on. We got to the quarterfinals. 2 free kicks. Well, no, one wasn't a free kick, but he has scored 2 free kicks this season. No matter how you get there, as long as you get there. Forest knocking out Newcastle as well on penalties. So that's quarter-finals for us now. We're not far off Wembley already for the first cup of the season. But yeah, we've roughly we've now hit, I think, expectation for this trophy. Like, I think they were expecting us to get this far. I'm just glad that we've actually done it. But we'll see who we get. We'll then play Bournemouth, and then that'll be this episode. So let's see who we get in the draw. Bournemouth's another game I'm looking at that we should be looking for the 3 points in. Right, so I'll have Forest, please. City or Everton. Arsenal, Brentford. Aston Villa. Leeds or Wolves. Again, we've got our first Premier League opponents, but they're opponents that we could be beating, and the big sides are going to meet each other. And Forest have got Plymouth, so there will be a Football League team in the semi-final, which is interesting. But it means City and Arsenal, or Everton or Arsenal, or whatever. Basically, the big sides met each other. We've got a Premier League side, and there will be a Football League side. Oh, that's a shame. Right, so Edwards is out injured, which he's just not hit the ground running for us, bless him. That's all right. We've got plenty of options in midfield. Mings again's having a good start to the season. Can we end September on a high? That's the question. AFC Bournemouth. So we'll likely bring Pellegrini back in again. So yeah, that's pretty much the back four at this point. McGinn, drop out. I'm gonna go Brave. Watkins again. Cunha. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. Unfortunately, he drops to the bench. Watkins is still 200 to miss out. We'll go with that. 10 changes. Let's see if we can beat this Bournemouth side. Early pressure, good tackle, Pellegrini. Cash, great ball, Vitinho scores, second of the season. Lovely stuff. That's what we want. Hopefully we're on the way to the 3 points here. Yeah, no one. I mean, I'm not even a full proper month into the season. There's no one I can really judge so far in terms of my signings. Edwards just not hit the ground running. The rest of them seem to be putting in better performances. Konza only made it 2. Oh, I agree. Christie puts Campbell in and he blasts it over the bar. Changes to be made at half time, I think. Konza, Vitinho, Cunha, great finish. Vitinho doubles hopefully he can start to kick on now and be a constant threat after a tame start to the season. Because Ings has not done any better when given the opportunity to. I don't want to be relying on a pressing forward that's getting 5 to 10 goals a season. I want to be getting at least 15. I know I've got plenty of creativity from behind, but Cunha slides one in. Good stuff. Vitinha, turning provider this time. He's having a great game, and we've got Bournemouth to the sword in the first half. Ramsey can take a rest for our free kick master. I'd love to see what his free kicks actually are. You've got to think they're 16 at least. I'll have a look following this game. Philip Billion and Cantwell did get one eventually, but he had 2 bites at that, so a little bit lucky. 65 minutes in. No one really to change that, just to share the minutes around. But other than that, just seeing out the second half. Seeing out the game. Hopefully it would lead to another win. Pellegrini, Vitinha had a hat-trick opportunity, but the ball was just a bit too far for him. Tarkowski nicks in, Vitinha gets his hat-trick. Ha! Poor old Tarkowski. Robbed for a Vitinha hat-trick. Good game, good performance. Again, got the points. Onana without the clean sheet again, but it's not something I'm overly worried about. Ryan Christie scores again to make it 4-2. If it's not going to be, I think that'll be given, but we'll see. I disallowed it anyway, so Arbiana, it's absolutely nothing to me. Forsberg, Cash, Buendia, Tarkowski, I wonder what he's on rating wise. I'm not going to bother checking, but I bet he's not had the greatest the game's been, especially with being conceding 4 and being dispossessed this late in the game. Yeah, well done, lads. Puts us briefly, I say that word briefly, into the top 4. Again, it's very tight beyond Liverpool. Yeah, so Vitinha looking like he was worth the money so far, for sure. But then we've got the big one coming up next month, and I did say I would have a look at the free kick taking. So I will do that, I assure you. I'm just going to get as close as the City game before the next vid. This next vid will probably pick up from this one quite nicely, because we're so close to the games. Obviously we've played all of them. I think we've played them all in the month of September. Yeah, we have. So we'll look to end the episode here, because it's probably been quite long again. They're sneaking up in length at the minute. Free kick taking's only 13. That surprises me. But yeah, thank you for joining me for this episode, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Goodbye for now.